Hi friends, I'm Som Prakash and welcome to JTC India YouTube live classes, right? And in that, if you all of you first get connected fastly so that we can start the classes. Okay, 1 second. Hmm, Fine. So welcome to JTC India YouTube live classes, guys. Today we are going to discuss many more important questions, and I can say that whatever questions some of the questions you may get in your interview, some of the questions you may not get in your interviews. That is a different thing, different case. But when I talk about this particular topic, when I talk about this particular questions, the today's questions, what I have given in the thumbnail, that you cannot clear any type of interview, especially being a Java developer, without these questions. Which I mean to say that in your interview these questions must be asked. And I'm not saying that the questions might be something different from these all things. No, the same questions will be there in your interview, right? So today's class is going to be very important, and the last of this class we are discussing very important questions. Many of the misconceptions you might be having, that we will be clearing it today in this class, right? So if anything is there, you can write in your chat box, you can write in your comment box, and or else we will start the class here. So our first question of this class is, first question, guys. Hi, good evening to all of you. Girdhar, Mani, Gaurav, Krishna, Avinav, everyone, good evening to all. Okay. So I think many of you are today thinking that it is off and not there here. Anyways, so let me start the class. The first question, guys, here, what we have is the different ways to create the string object. Question is different ways to create string object. Okay, this question we will discuss, and when I'm talking about this question particular, the different ways to create the object of a string class, what all the different ways are there to create the object of this class. So before that, one important point, guys, that what exactly string is in Java. So I'll give you just one small overview about the string, and then we will be again talking about the particular question. So here, guys, what is string? And many serious questions will be there only in the string. String is a class. String is a class. I'm writing string is here a string is a class. Everyone knows this, string is a class. But don't you think like that string should be there in some data types? It is a data type. This one is the class is also a data type. Class is a data type. Itself is a data type. But in Java, it is not there in the primitive data types. But other than Java, in other programming languages, it is there into the, like you can say that is the primitive data type sort of things, it is there here, right? So this is there in the primitive data. So the first thing is why this string is a user defined data type, which is a class in Java. Why they need to create the class string, why they have declared the string as a class. See, the first thing is why they have declared string as a class. because they have implemented many different sort of user defined functionalities. User defined means whatever the Sun or Oracle has thought, that functionalities they have added inside the string class, which as in compared to string class data type, or as in compared to the user defined data types in Java, with the primitive data types can't be achieved. With the primitive data types can't be achieved, and anything it cannot be achieved. We don't have the concept of mutability and immutability with the primitive data types. We don't have that concepts, right? We don't have any concepts of mutability and immutable things. So what is mutable and immutable we will be discussing. So at present this is one question, like why string is a class in Java. So that is again I'll give you kind of homework for you. I'll come to my question specific, straight to the point, that the ways to create the string object. Well, so there are different ways to create the string object. First, especially one way I have, and it is two ways are there. So any class object creation is there with the help of constructor, right? With the help of constructor, because when you create the object, the processing of constructor involved in that. Processing of constructor is there in that, right? And since the processing of constructor is there in that, guys, so here with the new keyword, with the new operator, better I will say, with the new operator, which is by processing the constructor. Second one is without new operator. So one is with new operator and second one is without new operator. These two things are there, guys. One is with new operator, second one is without new operator. These two ways are there to create the string object. These two ways are there to create the string object. Now, when we create the object by using with new keyword and without, so when we create an object with new keyword, so definitely it is going to invoke the corresponding constructor from the string class, right? So here, first before coming to that all things, I'll show you the API of string class. Why? See, always I used to show you the API. Because see, I may tell some concepts, I may not tell some concepts, because we are in the video. We are in a very limited time. We are not accessible to each other for a longer time. We are not accessible to each other, let's say for 3 hours, 4 hours, or face to face we are not interacted with each other. So this is a video. So what happens here is, if I will show you the API, so maybe something which I am not telling, that you can analyze by seeing that corresponding API. Some features which I might not have told you, some method implementation I might not have told you, but if you will see that, then you will easily able to find out that what is there inside the string class. So nothing can be hidden from you, right? So let's see here. Two ways are there as such to create the string object that we have seen. One is with new keyword, second one is without new keyword. Well, so we will do one thing first. I'll show you here java.lang something called as the string I am writing. You can see here the string. There is the string class which is there that we can see here. This is the string class here we have seen. See, this is the string class. This is the string class. And when I talk about this particular string class, so just by seeing this itself, many things you can understand. Just by going through this, just by seeing the first line of this itself, you can understand the many things. You can understand the many things into this. What is this many things? That it's a public class and it is a final class. It is a public class and it is a final class. Remember that point. and it implements serializable. So as of now we haven't discussed serializable, so okay, let's ignore it. And then it implements the comparable interface. So comparable interface, here some sort of generics we have used it. Now let's see one more thing here. I know this is not my topic at present, but just I am showing you so that I can make your confusion clear. We have string buffer. So what is there in the string buffer? It is also a final class. String buffer is also a final class, guys, right? So I will be talking about the string buffer later on, but don't get confused with the string or string buffer, right? So at present we have just discussed about the string. We are just discussing about the string, and what is about the string buffer, that we will see. And there is one builder is also one concept. So here you can see here, this is also builder is also a final class. So don't get any confusion with the final of string buffer and string builder and all, right? It is. And now inside this case here, first if we talk about only the string class, I am talking only about the string class. So it is a final class. Final class, what is the meaning of final class? If any class is final, what does it mean? And see, it is implementing comparable interface. It is very, very important point here when it is implementing the comparable interface. So I'll come about this all things. One more thing I am trying to show you. Here you just see that what is these all things are. What is these things are? Here you see all the variety of constructors are available inside the string class. And you know well that when constructors are going to be processed, a constructors will be processed only once you create an object of this class by passing the suitable number of parameters. So this constructors means the string, and that is true, these all constructors are a public constructor, which means that string is giving the different and number of ways to create the object in a different form, right? So my initial question is, guys, the question is here, if a class is final, then what does it mean? Can we say that this class objects are immutable in nature if just a class is final? No, we cannot say. If a class is just final, we cannot say that string objects are immutable in nature. Nothing like that. If a class is final, so at this time, a very, very simple thing what we can say is, if a class is final, then a very simple thing what we can say here is that the class cannot be re-implemented. Remember my, now I'll come here, I'll show you something here. See, so two ways are there, with new operator and without new operator, right? I'm just explaining these points only, right? So here, before that, one more simple question is there, that string class is a final class. String class is a final class. So what is the meaning of final class? What does the meaning of final class is? See here now, I'll be explaining this also. So what is the meaning of final class? If a class is final and if a class is not final, what is the meaning of this class? Very good. We have a class A, suppose, and another case we have a final class B. A very simple thing, that this class which is there, the class, depending on the member signature, can be extended. This class can be extended, and if the scope is there, then we can re-implement the given method of this class. That is one thing. So in the simple thing, what we can say, that if a class is final, you are not giving any scope to the user of your class that you will be allowed to change anything what I have implemented in my class. Getting my point? Simply, if you will say final means cannot extend, and if it is not, if it is final, we cannot extend, and if it is not final, we can extend. So now that anyone don't want to listen that, even that, because it's a common one. People, what they want to understand in your interviews, that what sort of answers you are coming up. So the using and the thought process, what you are applying, the same kind of answer you are going to give. Because so here, if a class is final, so you can tell, instead of saying that we cannot extend, you can say that this class implementations can't be changed anyhow in the further program. Methods cannot. Why? Because unless you are not extending the class, you cannot write the means you cannot change the existing implementation first of all. So you have given permission just to use it. Nobody is asking to write the implementation. So before understanding the object creation of string class, it is going to be a very, very interesting class of string class, and one of my favorite topic again, you can say, in core Java basically. So when I am saying it is a string class, what I am saying, it is a string class. So string class has not given any scope that my user is going to change this implementation. No, whatever and whatever implementation I want, string is saying that whatever implementation I need, I have provided the maximum implementation. So I am not expecting that somebody else will change its implementation in future. So that's the reason I'm declaring it as a final. So that is the reason why string class is a final class, right? It is. Now here guys, first thing is, two ways are there to create the object of a class. Two ways are there to create the object of this class. What is that two ways to create the object of this class? The number one way is, first one is, look at this. When I am creating string of s1 is equal to, here I am writing new of string, and let's say inside this now I'll write here, suppose JTC I have written. This is new keyword I am writing. I am using what? New keyword. With the help of new keyword, we are creating an object of this class. It means what? Internally, we are trying to call the constructor of the string class, which is having string as an parameter. I hope you must be understanding this. Second one, what I'll do now, I'll create string of s2 is equal to new of string, and inside this again I'll write JTC over here. This is also I'm writing, and in the same way now string s3 is equal to new of string, and suppose JTC India something you are writing, or let's write it in the capital letter itself. India I am writing. Three objects we are creating here, fine. So any object when you are creating, always and always it is going to get the memory inside the heap. Where it is going to get the memory? Inside the heap memory, it is going to allocate the memory. So heap which is there here, in garbage collection I have explained the three different stages of heap memory, you can say, right? Anyways, so here at this time, suppose this is your heap memory at this time. This is what we have, the heap memory, and in this heap memory itself there is one small area, you can say, which is called as SCP, which we are calling it as a string constant pool, guys. We are calling it as a string constant pool. Understand it clearly, that string constant pool, right? So we are calling it as a string constant pool. Now here inside this S1 we are writing inside the JTC. So the first C, whenever you are creating object with the new operator, when you are creating string object with the new operator, so first it is going to check whether that string literal JTC is available inside string constant pool or not. It is not there, the JTC is not available inside the string constant pool, so it will write JTC inside the string constant pool, and again it will come out of this SCP and again directly inside the heap it will create one more JTC, and the S1 will be pointing to the JTC which is outside the string constant pool. Hope it is clear. Similarly, the second one, S2, which I am writing. Now S2 here, a point which you should keep it in mind, and this will help you to understand again many different things. Different thing is that is it going for, so S2 is equal to new of string, you are writing JTC, so it will check whether JTC literal is available inside string constant pool or not. So understand things is why it is using a special memory location called as string constant pool. What is the purpose of this? Keep it in mind. I'll come to this. So S2 when I am writing, so S2 JTC, S2 JTC, so JTC it will check whether this JTC is there inside string constant pool or not. Fine, it is now. String constant pool, it is there or not. So it is there, JTC is there inside the string constant pool. So now it will come out of the string constant pool and here it will write the JTC again, and it will what it will do? It will point outside the string constant pool. Is that clear now? And similarly, when I am writing S3 over here, so it will check whether JTC India is there inside the string constant pool or not. So here JTC India, it is checking inside the pool, not there. So it will create the string constant pool and then it is create one more outside the pool and JTC India, you are writing it here. So at that day, we have discussed the three different memory parts into heap. What was that? Eden, first one is Eden, second one is the survivor, and third one is the old, right? Eden, survivor and old, right? So basically guys, the memory area which is there inside the string constant pool SCP, this particular one cannot be accessed by the GC, garbage collector cannot access by GC. This cannot be accessed by the GC. Remember this point, right? This cannot be accessed by the GC. Fine. So this is a basically way to create the string object with new keyword. When you are creating with the new keyword, so it will create one literal inside the pool and second one outside the pool with new keyword, and the literal which is there outside the pool, it is going to point that only. Is that clear now? We will verify this also guys. We will check it out here. I'll show you. Now, here in this itself, why I am showing in this itself, consider this as the same part of the program. So here next one, what I am trying to show you guys here, we are now creating a string object without new keyword. So well, I'll write here string S11 is equal to JTC, again I am creating, that is without new keyword. It is a special case. Without new keyword we are creating this object. What is that? S11 is equal to, again we are writing JTC. So when I am writing here JTC, so S11 here, maybe I am writing S11 first, it is going to check, what it is going to check? Whether that literal JTC is available inside the string constant pool or not. And if it is available inside string constant pool, so it will refer to this only. It will point to the literal which is there inside the string constant pool. Make it clear. If we are creating the string object without new keyword, so it will point inside the pool. Wait here guys, I will tell you again, very important. As of now I am telling you the general, but in this very important concepts are there. Okay, now well, again I am writing S12 is equal to, again I'll write here JTC, Again I am writing JTC guys here. So when I am writing JTC S12, again I am writing JTC here. So understand it here. S12 again. Will it check whether the JTC, this literal, is available inside the pool or not? And since it is available inside the pool, so what it is going to do is it will point the literal which is there inside the pool itself. It is not going to point the literal which is outside the pool. Right it is? Okay. Now at the same time now, when you are writing string S13 is equal to JTC DIA India, then where it is going to point? So S13, here we have this S13 will check whether JTC India is there inside the pool or not. So it will go and point to the inside the pool itself. It is not going to point out outside the pool. Is it clear or not? Is that clear now? Now guys, here few more things we are trying to understand. Few more things we are making it very clear. In this, if you are getting any questions, anything you are getting, please keep on asking that. If any sort of doubt is there, you can ask. Now, here what again I am trying to show you here. See, I'll create again few of other objects also in this only. I am creating few more objects also. So I'll explain you guys here. Once, let me. Okay, now here first. The thing is here, I'll write a string of, suppose, SS1 I am writing guys. So here I'll write JTC plus INDIA. Right, it is SS1 I am writing JTC plus INDIA India. Fine. When I am writing it, so we will understand where this JTC India it is going to point. So what we have done, I will tell you one basic formula. So JTC literal plus literal, it is going to point out inside the pool itself. So here I'll write SS1, it is pointing inside the pool itself, which is JTC India. Done? Which is JTC India, inside the pool it is going to point. Well, in the next case here what I wanted to do now guys, that SS2 is equal to S1 I am writing plus S1, here I am using S1, right, plus India I am writing, right it is. So one reference, S1 is a reference which holds the literal called as JTC, and India is a simple literal which we are creating it here. So we are doing this concatenation here, literal plus reference plus literal. So SS2, it is going to point out outside the, first it will check. See here, it is going to point out the literal which is outside the pool. It will create one literal, one second. It will create one literal outside the pool and it will point to this one. Is that clear now? Now again guys, if you use any combinations, let's say any combinations you write. So here I'll write it. See first here, reference plus reference. When you are doing reference plus reference, so it will give the false. False in the sense that this literal will be created outside the pool, and if you will try to create this literal with inside the pool, then it is going to give you the false. Is it okay? Reference plus reference, it is going to give the false. Next one now, reference plus literal. Reference plus literal in the sense like this one, it is also going to give the false, which means it is also going to create outside the pool. And again, literal plus reference, it is also going to give the false. And here I am writing literal plus literal, it is going to give the true. True in the sense what? True in the sense what? True in the sense it is going to point out inside the pool. It is going to point out inside the pool, right? So this is the point also. I hope you are able to see these all things, and you can take one screenshot of this so that you can later on, that's the reason I have written complete all these things in one board itself, so you may understand it here, right? Now again, on the behalf of this, many question comes here. First, the question number one is, guys, the question number one is, what is that question? Do you have any question on this? Yes. The question number one is, when we compare these objects, like, I'll write the examples and then we will be discussing, or better here we can only understand. If we compare the objects which is pointing, let's say I'll compare S11 and S11, S12 and S11. So S12 and S11 is pointing inside the pool itself. So when we compare, like if we will write S11 is equal to S12, so what it should give? Can you tell me? What it should give? It is going to give the true, correct na? Why? Because it is having the same reference it is having. It is holding the same reference. Fine. Meanwhile, so I'll just rub it out here in this. Here now. Okay. Anyways, I have drawn the diagram over here, so no need to keep this one. We can just remove it out, all that. Here I am writing something first. Fine. So just keep this in mind. Now the thing is, guys, if S12 is equal to S11, it will give what? True. It is going to give the true. But at the same time, when I'll write S12 is equal to S1, so what it will give? S1 and S12, it is going to give the false. It is going to give the false. Right? It is going to give the false. But one more point. What is that one point? Is that what if we compare the content of S12? What if we compare the content of S12 dot equals of S11? So what will happen in this case, guys? See here, equals method is there to compare the content of toString. Equals method is there to compare the content of toString, guys, right? So content of S12 and S1 is the same. JTC is here also, it is available, here also it is available, so it is going to return the true. But if you remember, so now here one point I will make it clear. What is that new point is here? That in this guys, S12 dot equals to S2. So equals method what we have, is been overridden inside the string class to, for what? To compare the content of S1 as well as the S2, right? It is. But again, one more important thing is there inside this. What is that important thing? Is that suppose if I will write, what is that now? S12 dot hash code and if I'm comparing this with the S1 dot hash code, right? If we compare these two things, S12 dot hash code is equal to S1 dot hash code, what answers you are expecting? Will it be same hash code or it is going to give the different hash code, right? Can you please reply me that what it is going to give? Is it going to give the same hash code or it is going to give the different hash code? Right, it is. So well, now next inside this hash code is equal to S1 dot hash code, what we are writing here. Fine, it is. So it is going to give the true. No, it is not false. It is going to give the true. Why? Because the equals the hash code method has been overridden inside the string class on the basis of what? On the basis of its content. And since it's been overridden on the basis of content, so it is going to return the same hash code until unless its contents are same, right? But there are few cases. Okay, one question again on this. What is that question? That is that the two different strings can have the same hash code or not? Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? Is that the two different string, the content of two string is different with each other, but can it have the same hash code again or not? Now this is one again important point in that. Two different strings, can it have the same hash code or not? Okay, now here I'll do one thing, guys. Now I'll be writing some example. It can have the same hash code here. It can have the same hash code in these cases. So here now I'll write few examples on the basis of this one here, guys. You can just look at this now. Here I'm writing. Here I'll try to write the one class. So well, I'll write the main method. Right. So what I'll do is I'm writing the string of S1 is equal to, suppose I'll write here the JTC. String of S2 is equal to, I'll write again that is the JTC. String of S3 is equal to, well, I am writing India. Now string of S4 is equal to, I'll write JTC India. Now here now again I am writing string of S11 is equal to new of string. Inside this again I'll write JTC. In string of S12 is equal to new of string. Inside this what I want to write now, again that is the, again well I am writing JTC. String of S13 is equal to, I'll write new of string. Inside this also I am writing India. And string of S14 is equal to new of string. Please guys have bit patience when I am taking this class. If I will think that there is no other content to tell you, then I will only change the topic, but still I have to tell you many important things in this. That's the reason I am writing the examples and I am showing it to you. So don't worry at all about that. Fine. Okay. So here now again, in this one now, here I'll write that is the JTC India. This is the final things which I have written here, guys. Now you can start comparing with each other these all things. You can start comparing with each other. So the first thing which I will write, s1 dot hash code here, or s1 dot hash code I am writing is equal to s2 dot hash code. You can see here what it is giving. Is it giving the same thing? I am running it here. It's giving true. It is giving the true here, right? And now inside this it is giving the true. Well, next one inside this, guys, here I am writing few more things inside this. What is that few more things as such I am trying to write? Let's understand it here. That I am writing again. So two hash codes are getting same. So I'll do one thing here. Basically what I will do is, now suppose I have the ABC, two strings I am writing ABC and dot hash code I am writing. So can we understand like what is the basic formula which hash code is following? So what we are giving? 96354. 96354 is the hash code which has been generated, guys, here. 96354 is the hash code which has been generated here, right? 93654 is the hash code which has been generated for ABC. So let's understand here what is the logic. What is the logic internally it is using to generate the hash code? What is the logic it is using to generate the hash code? Understand here now first. Now suppose I am writing few things inside this. Here you see, I'll tell you on the basis of this you can calculate hash code of any string. You can calculate the hash code of any string. Say for example, if I will write here ABC, right? So 0, 1 and 2. This is the positions which we have written here. This is the positions which we have written in this. That is 0, 1 and 2. Right it is? Once we have written the 0, 1 and 2, so if we understand here, what we understand that the A, right it is? So what is the ASCII value of A, small a? What is the ASCII value of small a? Can you tell me, anyone? Check it out. I am looking for your replies, guys. Can you tell me what is the ASCII value of A? What is the ASCII value of A? Anyone? At least, guys, you should respond something, right? What is the ASCII value of small a? Very good. It is, one is the 65, right? Or 97, make it clear. I think 97 only is the ASCII value of that, right? So 97 into 31 to the power 2, right? And plus again I am writing B ASCII value is 98 into 31 to the power 1, and like that itself 99 into 31 to the power 0. Fine it is. Now calculate this one. If you just calculate these all things, so you will get the value like this here. What is the value you are going to get? So the value what you are going to get is 354. This is the value which you are going to get. This is the hash code you are going to get. Now, based on this, you calculate any other one. Based on this one, guys, you can calculate the value of any of the string. You will be getting like this. You can calculate the value of any one of this, right? It is. So you will get, so the question again is, can two strings have the same hash code or not? Can we have the two strings same hash code? Yes or no? Can two strings have the same hash code or not? Let's see. So can we have the two strings with the same hash code? Tell me. Yes, it can have the same hash code. So I'll show you some examples over here. Is that the two strings can have the same hash code or not? That combinations we need to make. Let's see. If we will write, suppose A, capital A, B, C, we can write it like this, and here suppose if I will write here, that is this is all about the combination. So here if I am writing FB, capital F and B dot, we are trying to get the hash code. Now we may now get the combinations. Maybe let's check it out once. I am writing E small a dot hash code. We need to see whether these two are having the same hash code or not. Let's see. Yes, now you can see here. These two are the string. These two are the string, right? Yes, you are right, Krishna. Basis of ASCII value, right? So here, see, these two strings are there, and FB dot and E8 small is the hash code, and like that you can the many other combinations which might be having the same hash code. So I have just given you one example over here that these two are having the same hash code, but equally there are other strings also which might be having the same hash code, right? It is, and this is one again, it is not going to be again the interview questions, might be, and if might be it is there, so mostly people will be saying that it is having the, or it cannot have the same hash code, right? It is. So the thing is that the two strings may have the same hash code, and that's the reason just now I have shown you. What is that? The combination is, one is what was that combination? FB, capital FB, this hash code is, and E and small a is going to have, these two are going to have the same hash code. Is that clear now? Okay. Now guys, next one again inside this. So I hope you understand that what are the two ways to create the string objects, and when two ways are there to create the string object and its different related concepts, all that I have discussed mostly related to the string class object creation, its hash code, its equal method, and all other number of concepts which we have discussed. So still if you are having any questions, still if you are having any doubts, do let me know. Now let's move for the next question. What is the next question? The next question is, guys, what is the role of string constant pull in string object creation? See, if you will see the last class or the last question which we have discussed, so here what is the role of string constant pull in string object creation? Can you tell me? String is a, see, first of all, Uh, okay, let's see. Here, this is the heap memory. This is the heap memory. Here it is the heap memory, and this one we have SCP, string constant pool we have. This is the string constant pool we have, right? Now, guys, if here I'll tell you one point. SCP is used for reusability of string literal. Fine, it is. SCP is used for reusability of string literal, which means that the object of a string which is there inside the string class, the object of a string which is there inside the string class can be reused. We can reuse it. We can reuse this string objects which is there. We can reuse this. Getting it? Okay. So one small meaning, if you'll say, SCP means is reusable of string objects. Now here I am not finishing this question here itself. Again, one more question is there. If you will see the thumbnail of this video. Why, Gaurav, why need the of string constant pool in string, right? Why we need string constant pool in the string? That just now I have explained it. That string constant pool is required. It's a special memory location and it is required for the reusability of string literal. But yes, this is not again going to be the answer of your question, right? So I will answer. I am just now answering this question, right? Achieving the reusability. Okay, very good. Okay, one more question, guys. I'll ask with everyone and I will wait till all of you are answering this question. First, okay, first I'm asking my question and then I'm explaining the related part with that. String objects are immutable in nature, right? String objects are immutable in nature. Or in another form, string constant pool, why it is, and why the reusability of string constant string literal is been introduced with the string constant pool. Why? Both concepts are there and it is related with each other, which is very important, guys. Very, very important. How string is immutable? Why string objects are immutable? And what most important role playing in that in order to make the string objects are immutable? Because this is a special creation. And what is the role of string constant pool in immutability of string object? Getting it? No or yes? What is the role of string constant pool in immutability of string objects? Let's understand it. Now suppose, do you think that we will be able to achieve the perfect use case of reusability of string objects like the way we are using here without the string constant pool? No, we cannot. And can we achieve the immutability of concepts without string constant pool? No, we cannot. Why? Let's understand it here first. See here, first what you are doing is, you are creating one object. S1, you are creating two objects. You can create either with new operator or without new. Any one of that you can do. Is it okay? Now, when you are creating this object, right, it is. So either one copy is available here and one copy is there here outside the string constant pool. Both copies are there here. And since C, immutability of string literal, so why it is so first? So what is happening in both of the cases? So in both of the cases, guys, you will not be able to perform any changes in the existing string literal. You will not be able to perform any changes. But parallelly, what we are saying that no, we are not able to make any changes in the existing one, but if your content is same as the existing one, then we may point the same in a special case. And suppose if it is not the immutable, what will happen, that some string has already been created, and maybe that is your username or password, right? It is, and you are creating by chance one string literal which is maybe matching with the same literal. So what will happen? Your user ID, your password and somebody else's password by default is going to make the same connection, going to have the same thing. Just assume it, right? Both are going to have the same thing. That is the reason why both are required in both of the cases, that immutability and mutability. So now come out of this discussion, and now I am telling you a very simple point which you might be expecting from me, right? What is that you are expecting? You might be expecting that if we are creating string s1 is equal to maybe the JTC you are writing, fine, JTC, so s1 it is pointing JTC inside the pool, right? It is, we cannot change the content of the given object. Yes, true, everyone is true. So JTC inside the pool it is pointing, right? It is. At the same time now s1 plus, suppose s1 is equal to s1 plus, suppose I am writing something called as the India, right? It is. So when you do like this, so it is not going to disturb this. Why it is not going to disturb this? And that's the reason it is immutable also, and that's the reason it is using a string constant pool also. So maybe let's make it a string of s2. Make it a string of s2. So now s2 is going to point the, and see, your s1 content was JTC. S1 content was JTC, and if it is mutable, then what will happen? If it is mutable, then what will happen? Now S2, S1 plus India, right? Maybe your username and password is JTC, you're referencing, but somebody else changed the content of that. So now JTC India, so if it will perform changes in this only, so S2 and S1, so S1 is remembering that my content was JTC, S2 is remembering my content, so each other conflict it is. Did you got it or getting confused? I'll once again explain. Suppose JTC S1 is JTC, right? It is done. Now what I am doing, guys, maybe I don't know about this S1. I don't know anything about this S1, right? But by chance somebody has created in your VM itself. So what happens now, by default, maybe JTC string of maybe S2 I'm writing, which is maybe JTC, correct? Is it possible or not? Two members can have the same name or not? Now, so if this is the situation, so what will happen? S1 was pointing JTC here, right? Now S2, when you have created, you are not aware with the S1. So now S2 is started pointing the JTC again, right? After some time you thought that I will change my name. So boss, you change your name now. Why you are going to change other name? So what you are doing is S2 plus, I'm changing my name Noida, suppose. I want to add with my name Noida, right? It is, and well, again I wanted to store inside S2. So what will happen? Suppose if it is mutable, what will happen? It will perform JTC was previously, now Noida is there inside this. So when Noida is there inside this, so this was not the permission of S1. S1 content now changed. S1 content is now changed. S1 was expecting, so it is contradictory. If it is immutable in nature, that's the reason reusability of string literals are supported. Getting it? So here now, so what happens whenever you do this? Whenever you do this, what will happen? It will create one more literal JTC Noida, and now instead of this one, now S2 will point to JTC Noida. Is that clear now? So did you got my point? What is the role of string constant pool? So you can simply explain string constant pool. Role is the reusability of string object. Everyone, if 100 people came for interview, all the 100 will tell the same answer. Reusability of string literal. They may ask you to explain some scenario. Why string is immutable? And being a reusability of string objects with the help of string constant pool, why it is mutable? See, चलो मैं हिंदी में बोलता हूं, बहुत लोग बोल रहे थे कवि से हिंदी में, अगर हमें इसे रियूजेबल भी बनाना था, राइट, हमने इसे इम्यूटेबल भी बना दिया यार। जब हमें रियूजेबल बनाना था तो हम बोल देते ठीक है, जिसका जिसका कंटेंट होगा सबको हम, आप मॉडिफिकेशन भी करोगे तो उसमें कुछ होगा जो, तो हम उसको पॉइंट आउट करने लगेंगे, और जब उसमें होगा तो वो बोल रहा है कि नहीं अगर इसमें है तो हम फिर बाहर पॉइंट आउट कर देंगे। तो क्या आपको ये वाला कॉन्सेप्ट एक्सप्लेन नहीं करना चाहिए इंटरव्यू में? एंड अगर आप जब ये कॉन्सेप्ट एक्सप्लेन करते हो, सो यू विल गेट अ बेटर पर्सपेक्टिव इन दैट केस, राइट? सो आप लोग प्लीज थोड़ा सा कमेंट वगैरह करते जाओ यार, लाइक करते जाओ, सो दैट हम लोगों को भी अभी तो बहुत कुछ बाकी है जो आपको एक्सप्लेन करना है, राइट? इट इज ओके। सो अगेन दिस इज द कॉन्सेप्ट्स हियर. So if you are getting again any doubts in this, we cannot change the content. Yes, I'm just reading out your all contents because whatever you have commented in the previous one. So result right. That in case of final reference variable literal, final cases situation is different. Okay. Now, so I hope you understand why string is immutable. String reusability of string literal. Why reusable? It is immutable. So I hope you got. The last question one. How to write the question is how to write the immutable class. Suppose you wanted to create an immutable class, guys. So how will you create the immutable class? How will you create your own immutable class? Immutable class ka the first thing what we need to see is see, let's understand here, guys. We are saying many things here, guys, right? Many things we are saying. See, Krishna and everyone, I'm just all looking. We are writing a class. So first we wanted to write a class which is immutable, right? We want to write a class as an immutable. So is that your answer ends only here at that if we declare a class as an final, then our class will be immutable? So string buffer class is also a final class and it is not immutable, it is mutable. Krishna string buffer class is final and it is not immutable, it is mutable. String builder class is final, it is not immutable, it is mutable. So making class final only is not going to fulfill your need. So number one is I'll tell you some of the basic points and I'll show you the code because now I'm running short of the time. So I'll show you the code which you can write it at your end and you can see it here. So the first basic things, I have used some complex example, I have shown it. Yes, very good, Avinav Raj. It is the cloning of an object should be done in order to make it as an immutable, right? And which cloning? Which cloning? Shallow cloning, deep cloning? Which cloning? Shallow cloning, deep cloning? Shallow cloning and deep cloning. See here first. Class. We are writing here A. So first point is what you are expected. So, अरे यार कृष्णा, ये ज्ञान नहीं चल रहा है कि इनलाइटन में अपना दिव्य ज्योति इस पे डालूंगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है भाई, जस्ट बताया जा रहा है आपको, है ना। तो अभी आई थिंक टाइम हो गया क्या कृष्णा सोने होने का? नहीं ना, थोड़ा सा सुन लो यार, सुन लेते हैं फिर बाकी तो जो टाइम है वो हो ही गया है सोने का, चाहे आगे का काम। सो वी आर राइटिंग क्लास ए एंड डीप मनी। सब लोग एक एक एग्जाम्पल कल लिख के और कमेंट बॉक्स में कमेंट करोगे, सुन रहे हो कृष्णा? मैंने मैसेज पढ़ लिया तब डिलीट कर रहे हो, राइट? सो मैं ये बोल रहा हूं कि आप सब लोग एक एक एग्जाम्पल लिख के और कमेंट बॉक्स में वो अपना एग्जाम्पल कमेंट करोगे। यार थोड़ा सा तो एफर्ट लगा लो, अगर मैं सिंस कुछ एफर्ट डाल रहा हूं तो, है ना। बहुत मेहनत लगता है यार आपको पढ़ाने में, रात में आने में, इस टाइम हम भी आराम करते हैं ना, तो फिर ये दिन में भी क्लास किया जा सकता था। आप कहोगे सर ये तो आपका काम है, बिल्कुल काम है, बट ये दिन में मैं कर सकता था। वीडियो तो रहता है ना आपके यूट्यूब पे, आप देखते कभी। रात में इसलिए किया जाता है कि आप सब लोग लाइव रहोगे, आप लोगों से बात किया जाएगा, आपके क्वेश्चंस आएंगे, क्वेश्चंस को डिस्कस किया जाएगा, राइट, और मजा आएगा करने में, है ना। तो थोड़ा सा आपका जब सिंसियरिटी एफर्ट दिखता है तो लगता है कि और एफर्ट किया जाए और मेहनत किया जाए, है ना। ठीक है, मणिशंकर, गिरधर, गौरव, डीप, ठीक है भाई, चलो मान लिया आप लोगों को आता है। तो इसको तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल व्हाट वी डू इज द फाइनल कर देते हैं, राइट। वी आर मेकिंग इट एज अ फाइनल। और जो प्रॉपर्टीज यूज करोगे, ध्यान रखना, द प्रॉपर्टीज विच यू आर यूजिंग, द प्रॉपर्टीज विच यू आर यूजिंग, मेक इट एज एन प्राइवेट। Which one? Make it as an private and final. Why I am saying final? That you are not going to give any scope to change the content of this. We are not going to do that. So start, one is the class final and दूसरा. So 80% केसेस में अगर आप ये आंसर देते हो तो आपका इंटरव्यूअर भी सेटिस्फाइड रहेगा कि हाँ क्लास को फाइनल कर देते हैं, बट एक्चुअली आप फाइनली इसको अचीव नहीं कर पाओगे बस इतना ही करने से, ठीक है। इफ यू जस्ट डू लाइक दिस यू वोंट बी एबल टू achieve the complete one, right? So here just look, एक एग्जांपल यहां पे दिखा रहा हूं। See there is one class student, so the first thing what we have done is this is immutable class example। आप इस एग्जांपल को अपने पास लिख के रख के मोबाइल में सेव करके कुछ भी करके रख लो, ये इंटरव्यू में एक ना एक क्वेश्चन पूछेगा आपसे, बोल देगा लिखने के लिए, तो यार याद है तो लिख लो, नहीं है तो देख के लिख लो, बट कैसे भी लिख दो, राइट। सो एक क्लास लिख दिया मैंने, क्लास क्या लिख दिया? फाइनल लिख दिया। क्लास को फाइनल डिक्लेयर कर दिया, बाकी को प्राइवेट और फाइनल डिक्लेयर कर दिया। और एड्रेस देखो, एड्रेस का एक न्यू टाइप यूज किया गया है, तो न्यू टाइप का मतलब देख रहे हो ना, यहां से फिर एड्रेस का ऑब्जेक्ट बना दिया इसमें, मतलब इसकी वैल्यू को देने के लिए यहां पे toString मेथड दे दिया है, गेटर और सेटर। और देखो एड्रेस, गेट एड्रेस में क्या कर दिया है? क्लोन मेथड को यूज कर दिया है मैंने, है ना। सिंस क्लोन मेथड यूज करने के बाद अब एड्रेस में आ जाते हैं, तो एड्रेस में क्लोन मेथड का इंप्लीमेंटेशन दे दिया गया है। अब आप एक क्वेश्चन बोलोगे, तो इस एग्जांपल को थोड़ा सा करके देखना, ये जो मैंने कमेंट्स लिखे हुए हैं, तो आई थिंक इतना आपको मैंने दिखा दिया कि जो आप इस एग्जांपल को पूरा कंप्लीट कर सकते हो, लिख सकते हो और देख सकते हो, एनालाइज कर सकते हो कि हम एक ऑब्जेक्ट को, तो हमारा कौन सा क्लास? स्टूडेंट क्लास क्या हो गया? स्टूडेंट क्लास ऑब्जेक्ट इम्यूटेबल हो गया। अब इम्यूटेबल वाली प्रॉपर्टी इसके ऑब्जेक्ट पे लगाना, जो मैंने लास्ट में किया हुआ है। देखो एड्रेस, तो स्टूडेंट क्लास का एक ऑब्जेक्ट हो गया। अब हम एड्रेस में कोई चेंज करना चाहें या किसी में कोई चेंज करना चाहें, तो देखो मॉडिफाइंग एंड ऑफ द रेफरेंस, तो थोड़ा सा आप इसको देखना करना कि कैसे करना चाहते हो, फिर आपको इम्यूटेबिलिटी की सारी प्रॉपर्टी यहां पे आपको सेटिस्फाई करेगी, राइट इट इज। तो एटलीस्ट आप इसको पॉज करके देखोगे तो ये क्वेश्चंस आपको पूरा दिख जाएगा और आई थिंक आपको क्लियर हो जाएगा, राइट। सो मैं पूरा अभी इसको एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर रहा कि कैसे क्या है नहीं है, और ये थोड़ा एग्जांपल पहले से रेडी रहता है तो आपका टाइम सेव होता है लाइव में, राइट। सो अब आपको कोई क्वेश्चन है गाइस, कुछ भी डाउट्स हैं, कुछ भी हैं, एनीथिंग इज देयर प्लीज टेल मी, एनीथिंग इज देयर टेल मी फास्टली। नाउ अब ध्यान देना, तो आज जो हम लोगों का क्लास है ये जो आपका है हो गया है, राइट, टुडेज क्लास। और नेक्स्ट क्लास अब हम लोग मंडे को देखेंगे। कब? वी विल सी ऑन द मंडे सेम टाइम। ऑलरेडी इवेंट क्रिएटेड है मंडे का, सो वी विल मीट ऑन द मंडे। एंड यार प्लीज लाइक कर दो वीडियो को, है ना, लाइक कर दो, थोड़ा सा शेयर भी कर दिया करो अपने फेसबुक पे, बाकी की जगहों पे, राइट। मोहित, यस सर, बहुत बोल रहे हो, शेयर भी कर दो यार फेसबुक पे अपने, है ना। तो ऐसे ऐसे जगह थोड़ा सा आप लोग शेयर कर दो तो हमें भी अच्छा लगेगा, कहीं कहीं देखा जाएगा कि ओ हमारा वीडियो भी चल रहा है, इधर उधर लोग शेयर कर रहे हैं, राइट। तो आप लोग ही हैं ये। अरे गुड नाइट गौरव, गुड नाइट हो जाना यार, क्यों परेशान हो, चल लेते हैं, गुड नाइट कर लेंगे, क्यों, राइट ना। तो राइट, ठीक है गाइस, सो मिलते हैं फिर मंडे को सेम टाइम पे। एंड भूलना मत, आ जाया करो, है ना। और कुछ? थैंक यू। सो आपको अगर कोई क्वेश्चन ऐसा लगे कि जो हमको डिस्कस करना चाहिए, मैं बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन देखो जो बहुत छोटे छोटे क्वेश्चन है मैं उसको इग्नोर कर रहा हूं इस इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन में डिस्कस करने के लिए, नहीं तो ऐसे तो बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन हो जाएंगे। तो जो मुझे लग रहा है कि जो आपको आता होगा वो मैं नहीं डिस्कस कर रहा हूं, मुझे जो ऐसा लगता है कि थोड़ा सा कहीं पे डाउट होगा उन क्वेश्चन को मैं यहाँ पे आई एम डिस्कसिंग इट वेल इन मोर, ज्यादा से ज्यादा इसको डिस्कस कर रहा हूं, ठीक है। तो आपको अगर कुछ ऐसा लग रहा हो तो आप प्लीज कमेंट में लिख सकते हो, कोई क्वेश्चंस, कोई डाउट्स, कुछ भी ऐसा, एंड देन हम लोग आगे देखेंगे इसको, राइट। सो अब गुड नाइट बोल देते हैं, बहुत लोग कभी से गुड नाइट बोल रहे हैं, तो फाइनली गुड नाइट, टेक केयर, सी यू ऑन मंडे, राइट। तो भैया एंड कर दो स्ट्रीम को, थैंक यू।